How's it going, guys? Matt with MotoWorks here, and you're never going to believe this, but the internet lied to me. Now I know you're just as shocked as I am that the internet told you a lie, but I wanted a set of cheap wheels that I could get some good drag radial tires for, something I could just throw on at the drag strip, go run down the track, and see if I can improve upon my times. Now I found these wheels here. They're off of a Mustang Cobra R, and I believe it's a 95 up to 01 or 02. I don't exactly know, guys, but they said they would work, so I bought them because I trusted what the internet said, and they were semi-correct. Now the exact verbiage on the site I saw, it was a forum, was that you can't put the front wheels on, and that is 100% true. I tried to put these on. Now without spacers, you're not going to be able to fit these on the front of the car. The calipers touch just a little bit, and it also touches suspension. The 17 is just a little bit too small for the Brembos on the front of the car. Now they won't fit on the front, but they will fit on the back. Now when I saw that originally, I thought they were saying that the fronts won't fit on the front, but the rears will fit on the rear. Now on the Mustang, they run a staggered set of wheels. Now what that means is the front wheel is a 17-inch tall wheel, and it's 9 inches wide. On the back here, if you look, this one is a 17-inch tall wheel, but it's 10.5 inches wide. And I did a bunch of research. This can take a 10.5-inch wide wheel, but it has to have the proper offset on the wheel. Now, anybody that understands offset and can explain it well, please do so in the comments. I just can't make it simple enough. So if somebody out there understands offset, I just know that the very basics of offset is how far your wheel's going to stick in or out. And with the offset on this 10.5-inch wheel, it sticks in too far on the car, and with a tire mounted to it, it rubs a whole bunch of stuff on the inside. Ask me how I know. So without putting a spacer on this, it wasn't going to work the way that it's set up. And I am not going to put spacers on something I plan on taking down the drag strip. That's just a recipe for disaster. I've seen too many people lose lug nuts because they put spacers on and they just didn't have enough clamping force there, and they just sheared those lug nuts right off. Well, sheared the studs off, I should say. But so I found that I needed the fronts. Problem was, I was so confident that I just needed the rears, I went and I sold the fronts to my buddy, and I had to beg him to buy them back from him. So thank you, Tom, if you're watching this. But yes, I had to buy the fronts, and then I just got the fronts mounted back up. So I had everything set up. I had all this stuff set up, found out they didn't fit, mounted these up to these 17s, and I'm still running into an issue. And I'm putting this video out so I can show you guys out there that it's not as simple as you just buy these wheels and they bolt straight up. Now, I'm going to show you the issue I'm running into now. Basically, the issue is these wheels are hub-centric and they won't fit over the hubs on the Chrysler 300. On this wheel, and I figured it was just going to be just bolted on and you're good to go. And that's just not the case. Again, the internet just told a little fib there. So these are hub-centric, meaning on the hub of the car, it's got this little piece that sticks out here, you can see. So this little piece of the wheel hub sticks out here, and that's supposed to sit nicely inside the inside of the wheel here. But as you can see, there's a little lip that sticks out here on the wheel. That little lip is preventing me from getting the wheel the whole way on to the hub. So if you look, put this wheel on. All right, so those are just hand tight right now, but they should be snug. It's snug on there, the wheel's snug. But the problem is, I'll show you, right here. So if I turn it, it's not sitting flat against the brake rotor. So see how it takes a minute for it to go. It's not sitting flush. It's because if you look, that hub is actually catching that lip inside the wheel there. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't exactly fit, and it's very, very close though. I mean, it's only a couple thousandths difference between this Mustang wheel and the factory Chrysler hub. So I'm just going to modify it. Alrighty, so it fits flush the whole way around. The lug nuts are secure. See, I would move this and everything moves at the same time, so it's just a couple thousandths you got to take off of there. And I don't know if it's because of the chrome plating on these wheels or what, but it was literally just a little bit I had to take off of there. And these are still semi hub centric, if you will. I mean, they're as good as you get. But so a little bit of modifying. I have to do the other side now and get those to fit, but yeah, you get the idea. Alrighty, so I torqued them on. They torqued down just fine. I am going to take this for a little test ride and make sure that they don't loosen up. Now, the only reason they would loosen up is if that hub starts to move around a little bit and it's not 100% seated. So before I go romping on this thing, I want to make sure that I have that all seated and in there. Now, I'm going to show you this because 17-inch wheels are about it that you're going to get on the back of this car, and here's why. I mean, there is no room between that caliper and that wheel. Even if you had sticky wheel weights, it would be really close on there, so it's just a really tight fit. Yeah, so there's not a lot of room in there. You barely have enough to think, but those are on. There's only one thing left to do. A burnout! All right, guys, you ready?
Yeah!
All righty, here we go. Oh, they're sticky. The tires are sticky. All right, here we go. We're gonna try it again. All right, round two. These tires are a lot stickier than I thought. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, boys. Here we go. Round two.
Okay. Round two. We're gonna.
Those tires are sticky. Hold on. Gotta put some water down. Watering the tires to make the burnouts grow. Now that was an absolute blast. Yes, I didn't do a fantastic burnout to end the video, and I was kind of bummed out about that. But I did learn a lot of interesting things yesterday. I learned that the wheels do fit. There is just some slight modifications. Now again, like I said, I don't know if that's because those were chrome plated or because they were aftermarket wheels as to why they didn't just fit right up. But I just had to shave off the tiniest bit of material and they fit, they look good. And after my test drive, the lug nuts were still torqued, so they didn't even move after that. So I learned that those work as long as you're using the front wheels. You can put those Cobra R wheels on the car without a problem. I also learned yesterday that having 5 inches more tire on the ground and having a much stickier compound is a lot more difficult to do a burnout than what I thought it was going to be. So I learned that as well. The thing I figured out is that there is a mute function on my microphone here. So if I push this little button here, like I said, you can't hear anything I'm saying if I push that little button there. I must have accidentally pushed it right before I did my final burnouts with the boys, but they were having a blast in the back. They kept egging me on to do more, and really I wish I could have put on a good smoke show for them and for you guys. But hey, again, we'll see at the track. Like I said, that's the next place I go. I'm probably going to invest in some axles and inspect the driveline components, drive shaft, the little donuts on there, and possibly upgrade the bolts that hold those couplers on. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next video. Now I get to go have some fun and try these new tires out.